I am David Rasool Robinson, photographer. I'm also one of the managers, buyers, and primary photographer for Chicago-based boutique Saint Alfred, and this is how I make my mark.
So, how did you get into photography? You know, what age, early influences, and the subjects of your first shoots?
I don't quite know quite remember how I got into photography. I know one of the things that sparked me was my mother gave me a book by a black photographer by the name of Gordon Parks, his autobio, which was called To Smile in Autumn. And that was the first time I really read about a photographer of color that had a really ill career as a photographer, and had been around for a great deal of historical events. His work was respected, and he wasn't just a black photographer, he was a photographer, period. My early subjects were horrible because I primarily like to shoot people. My early subjects were not people. I was a little too timid, too shy, too unsure of my own work, unsure of my own skills to really approach and shoot people. So my early stuff is comical, and that's being generous. Early influences and still influences are the greats, Parks, Bresson, Eggleston, Avedon, McGinley, just a mix of greats. Kappa. I could go down the list. There's countless other photographers that I've been influenced by. Claxton, that have all influenced me in one way or another.
What would you say makes your photography different, or just by the subjects you shoot, or the style?
Honestly, I don't think it's a proper place for me to say, oh, my photography is different. I leave that up to whomever may view my work, and hopefully it stands out and sticks out and differentiates itself from someone else's. I can't really say, because there's so many people, especially at this point, so many people that call themselves photographers, that take photos, that have a camera, which is a good and bad thing. Photography is so much more accessible now than when it used to be, especially with digital photography. So as far as how my work is different, I leave that up to whomever's viewing my work to hopefully that will affect them, and they see how my work or my style or what I choose to shoot is different from someone else.
So you did a couple collabo t-shirts with Saint Alfred. You want to talk about some of the pictures that got printed on the shirts?
Sure. Both shirts were, well, the first shirt was, both have definitely been an honor to have made and have people wear and people actually buy. The first tee was the first photo tee the shop has done, so that was definitely an honor. Both photos, when I was asked to do it, I had two stipulations that I made to myself as far as what photos I would pick and what guidelines I had. One was that they both had to be filmed, because I primarily shoot film unless I'm doing commercial work. So any of my personal work is all film, because that's how I learned, and I feel just the texture's better, the stakes are higher. You can't shoot like 500 film, but you can't really shoot like 500 photos like you can with digital. It's like you either get it and hopefully you got it, or you lost it, you lost the moment. So they both had to be filmed, and they both had to be something that was synonymous or resonated with people that live in Chicago, that are from Chicago, but also not ostracize people that aren't from Chicago. The first one was this man that was on the bus, on the Ashland bus. So a lot of people think it's the train. Mistaken for the train, it was actually the bus. It was a black and white photo. The second one was a photo taken out south in the hundreds on the south side. It was a cousin of mine actually, and he's doing a burnout in his car. And so both of those are easily identifiable to anyone that's from here. It's like being distinctly Chicago as far as just the background, the surroundings, and everything, but still can resonate with people that aren't from here.
What plans do you have for the future? Any more collaborations, galleries, any showings?
Yeah, I have actually a show that I'm going to be in, the group show I'm going to be in this Friday, the 21st, which I'm really excited about. It's sponsored by Nike, as well as Stussy and Hero Boots. It's their Under the Radar exhibit, and there's definitely some other photographers